Recent events involving a school shooting in Parkland, Florida have sparked a movement of controversy throughout the United States. Schools across the nation are participating in a 17-minute walkout on March 14th in support of the 17 lives who were lost during the shooting. We caught up with Paul Soma to hear TCAP's position on the issue.
Thanks, Mo. I'm sitting here with Paul Soma, the Superintendent of TCAPS, to discuss TCAP's position on the upcoming walkout. So can you explain your position for the upcoming March 14th walkout?
What we do is educate students, and my position is that the time for school is sacred, and I believe students should be in school when school is going. So I don't want that to come off as being disrespectful. I certainly understand and respect at a high level student voice. But ultimately, as a superintendent of a school system, my preference is that students are in school for the day. Yeah.
So I would like to ask why high schoolers have more of a privilege than middle schoolers and elementary schoolers do.
How would you answer that?
I'm not a superintendent.
But you're a middle schooler, right?
Yeah.
And so you're in 8th grade, is that correct?
So I think this is a nationwide issue, and lots of schools are participating in this, and I feel like it's for all schools, not just high schools, even though this shooting happened at a high school, because like Sandy Hook, that happened at an elementary school. So
Students of different ages have different responsibilities. And I mean, an easy example, when you're 16, you get to drive a car.
Yeah.
But when you're 15, you don't. And we were talking about, how to handle this situation if students decide to walk out. And a principal from an elementary school said they didn't really want this issue to be something elementary students were dealing with. That students come from a lot of different challenges these days, and there's enough worry that someone like a first or second or third grade student might not be able to grasp what it is that's happening and might instill fear into that student. If you walk out of a classroom, the consequence of that at a minimum is a tardy or an absence from that class. Will there be any consequences beyond that? That's not the plan. I don't think there will be any consequences past that. I would only make one exception, and this is a serious topic, and you're asking serious questions. Will all the students who partake in this do it for the right reasons? What are the reasons that they want to do it?
probably to skip school.
Okay, so if some do that, is that do you see what I'm saying? That's something that I have to grapple with too. But I don't foresee any extra discipline unless students misbehave. And so if there's a major disruption or kids or students use it to run around or make a lot of noise, then I think that they showed that they can't handle it, and there probably will be some follow-up. Now, if students are very respectful and are partaking in that message that's being delivered, I don't think there'll be any further discipline there.
Anything else you'd like to add?
How do we work to make sure that your opinion and your opinion, if they're different, get the same attention? Because that's our responsibility as a public school system. But outside of school, you have total freedom to express your First Amendment rights in an appropriate way. And so that's one thing I'd like to just add, and for people to consider that too.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Great interview.
For students who feel strongly about standing up for gun violence, on Wednesday the 14th, report to the atrium at 10 a.m. to stand in silence for 17 minutes. This has been Morgan and Sam reporting for Trojan TV.